Hello everybody, it's trivia time. The question is this: what did the first three Paper Mario games have that the other two don't have? Your options are good partners, amazing gameplay, and a good story. Please make your guess now. If you guessed option A, good partners, you are wrong. It was C. The answer was C. We couldn't figure that out. And that's what we'll be talking about today. Out of the first three games, the big thing they had in common was a good story, or in Super Paper Mario's instance, an amazing story. In this episode, we'll be analyzing the Thousand Year Doors and Super Paper Mario's story. After I analyze one, I will describe how you can make a similar framework for a story. Just so you know, this isn't going to be looking into every little level and place in this game. It is going to be the story for the big plotline. The first game we will be analyzing is the Thousand Year Door. It took me a little bit to find, but eventually I saw what was happening. What they're doing is what I call the main theme build tactic. Pretty catchy, right? But anyways, what is this tactic? It is a way to slowly build information on a couple different main themes, characters, or groups. And I will use maybe 2 to 4 of these if you were trying to recreate the Thousand Year Doors story. In TTYD's instance, there were 2. The first was building of information on the Thousand Year Door in the game, not to be confused with the actual game. You learn you need the crystal stars to open it, and eventually learn that something bad is behind it. And once 1,000 years passes, since it's sealing, it will open, releasing a creature, and you need to seal the door again with the crystal stars before then. You gain this information slowly after each chapter when you talk to Professor Franklin. The second is the X-Nauts. They appear at the very start of the game, with Goombella and Lord Crump, and that is the first introduction, which all the information you get is that he and his minions are the bad guys. Then you learn that they are on the moon with an AI. You also learn that they have a crystal star. Now that you know how TTYD made its main story, how can you make a story? First, you need to choose different main theme builds. These can be really anything as long as they play a huge role in your game. Also, you want them to be pretty elaborate and advanced, so when you reveal more about it, it will keep the player wanting to find out more. Making something similar to sci-fi would be a good idea because you can include all sorts of your own science. Now we will talk about Super Paper Mario. I tried making my analyzation different, but it is rather similar because of the main theme builds. However, there was another thing there as well, which we'll talk about later. What's different about SPM is that there are more main theme builds, and instead of it being on big groups, it was focused around multiple characters and multiple things individually. Let's see here, just off the top of my head, there was Dementio, the love life between Black and Tippy, who Bloomier and Timpani were, where the gang was, etc., etc. Then, there was another thing which they used to make players like the game more, which is pretty much making the player ask questions and make assumptions, and then suddenly reveal the answer. This happens a lot, for example when Dementio helps Mario a lot, and in the end, we find out he had his own plan. Combining the main theme build tactic with making the player think and form assumptions will make an excellent framework for a story. So now you know a lot of how the story is constructed. Here's a tip from me of how you can improve it even more. This is what I call the psych tactic. What you do is you make the player think and assume things about topics shrouded with mystery, like before, and then give some false information about that topic using another character. Later, you will get more information that could be false now, or the real deal, which will contradict your first piece of information. You can keep going like this, or just after the first false piece of information, start building on the topic for real. If you are giving a false piece of information, then make the character that gives it seem sketchy. You could introduce a character at the start of a chapter, and make him trick you into thinking that he's good. He will then give you false bits of info, and eventually, you will find out he's bad. Make sure that you have a person to tell Mario to not listen to anything that the guy said, because it might confuse the player too much and ruin the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. It took me a while to make this video. Editing's very rough for the animation, and I know I don't have to do it, but this is just kind of part of my videos. Also, thank you the 6 people who subscribed. I know, like, I literally had one video. I don't know why you guys didn't subscribe, but, you know, probably because you're from Mr. A Games channel. Anyways, school's starting up soon, and I know I haven't posted in a while, mostly because I just kind of lost interest in this, but recently I was getting in that mood of like, what the heck, Nintendo, why did you mess up Paper Mario? And so I got back to editing, finished this video. I've actually, when I recorded the audio, it's like, thanks for 1 subscriber, everybody, like, but then I started helping A-Game, and that's really why I haven't also been uploading, because it's really a rigorous process to like help out a YouTuber and then be a YouTuber. So, but it was like before. It was, hey, thanks for watching my 1-minute clip of me saying thanks for 1 subscriber. Like, and it already has hit 1 minute for this part. I'm just gonna stop. Thanks for watching. Bye.